Hello everyone. This is Pip Coleman coming in to do your waxing card reading for the 14th of September. And it's a beautiful day here, so I just thought I'd sit out here on the deck and share some good news. And that is that we have 4 beautiful cards to to talk about in terms of the moon and the moon energy at the moment. I'm also rocking the hat today. Hope you're feeling okay. Hope you're feeling good. It's been a pretty crazy couple of weeks here, particularly in Victoria, and this is going to be annoying. I can see that now. So I just wanted to share with you that this week the energy of the cards is really interesting because last week we got 2 cards. We got a fiery climax approaches, and we also got the look at the bigger picture for last week. And the first 2 cards of our reading this week are the same 2 cards, but they're answering different questions. So I think it's cool that those 2 cards have come in the first two spots. So remember that when you're doing a waxing card reading, our first question that we're answering is what's rising up between now and the full moon, which is coming up next week, and that full moon is going to be in Pisces. So it's all about emotions, it's all about mystical, it's all about spiritual stuff. So that is the energy of the new moon that we're moving towards. But what's rising up between now and then is the full moon in Aries card, which is the beautiful a fiery climax approaches. So be aware that you might need to step back a little bit. And I mentioned this last week, step back a little bit. If you feel triggered, if you feel like something on social media really makes you lose your mind for some reason, step back, take a second and just go, oh, wait, take a breath. Maybe I need to put the phone down and think about what I'm doing, or maybe go for a walk or take a deep breath. Be aware that the energies at the moment are quite highly charged, and that we need to be mindful of that. We need to be mindful of not getting drawn into drama that is unnecessary, because we don't have to engage. We do not have to engage. So let's just be aware of that, and be kind and be easy on yourself, okay? Because that fiery climax approaches card is coming in the first spot in the reading today. So that means that it has been rising up in us and we can manage it, okay? Because we're moving forward. This is the first card. Second card is the look at the bigger picture card. And we got this last week as well, but it wasn't in this position. So, when you pull out 3 or 4 cards, sometimes you might find that you'll do a reading and the last few cards of yesterday or last week will be the first 2 cards of this week, because the energy is shifting and you're moving through. You're always moving. Everything's moving, everything's shifting, everything's changing. So you might find that you'll pull 2 cards and go, oh, I got that last week. That's not relevant. But it is, because it's the end of the energy from last week. So that's why you sometimes will get repeat cards, because you're coming to the end of a space of time that you haven't quite finished with that energy. Does that make sense? So yeah, anyway, give me some hearts if you get what I'm talking about, some love. So look at the bigger picture is the answer to the question of what's the solution to any challenge that's coming up right now. So what's the solution? Look at the bigger picture. It's time for us to look at the bigger picture. It's time for us all as a planet, as a community, as human beings, to look at the bigger picture and be more aware of what's going on that larger, grander scale, rather than getting too caught up in the details and the nitty-gritty and the stuff that bogs us down, okay? So we're looking at the bigger picture. We're taking a step back, all right? So take a step back, and then as you can see in this card, the bow and arrow is a little reminder to get focused, okay? Because when we step back and we look at the bigger picture, we can see more clearly and we can get more focused about what it is that we really, really want, rather than getting all caught up in the tangle of stuff that can sometimes happen when you are getting all caught up in the details, okay? So our third question for the waxing cycle of the moon is the advice. So the advice is nothing set in stone. So we've got the mutable moon card, which is a little reminder that nothing's set in stone. Everything is always changing. You can see that that's the ocean, picture of the beautiful ocean card there, just to let you know that things are shifting and changing. We can always move and make a different choice. We can always pivot. We as humans are adaptable. We are able to shift and change. We can live in multiple different environments in the world. We are able to be different than what we have been yesterday and today. We can actually change the way we believe. We can change the values that we have. We are really, really amazing at creating the space that we actually want for ourselves. So be mindful of that when you get stuck, when you feel like you're stuck in a way of thinking, if you feel like you're stuck in your job, if you feel like you're stuck in your relationship or your way of thinking. Know that you have the capability, that we as humans all have the ability to shift and change and be mutable and be flexible like the bamboo, okay? Like the ocean, like the ebb and flow of the tides. We are able to shift and change. So trust that that is the case and use that to your advantage, rather than getting too caught up in the whole everything's uncertain and that's scary, okay? Because we can always reframe that. We can always come from that space of being mutable and adaptable. And the fourth card, is the win-win situation. A win-win outcome is forecast. This is the outcome card for this week, and that is that we are coming to a space of win-win. That means that everybody is going to win in this situation. So if you have a situation at the moment where there is an outcome that you're waiting on, you can trust that this card, if you're watching this video, it means that this card is telling you that there is a win-win outcome forecast and that you can look forward to everybody being and getting what it is that they need out of this situation. So if you think about it in terms of just your relationships, if you think about it in terms of your work, your boss, your relationship, your anything that's kind of coming up for you right now, be aware that this card is the outcome of what's going on. So you can look forward to everybody getting what they need out of this situation. Even at the grander scale of the world, the outcome of what's going on in the world is that we are all going to get what it is that we need out of this situation, and that we can trust that that is actually going to happen, and know that these times when we are challenged, these times when we are pushed, these times when we are in a space where we feel like things are breaking down, that there's chaos, that is a moment of transformation. That is a moment of opportunity, okay, for you to step up and speak out and make any adjustments that you need to make so that we all win. So I hope that was helpful to you. We've got 4 beautiful cards today. So just a quick refresh. A fiery climax is approaching, and that is the end of what was happening last week with our new moon energy. So a fiery climax is approaching. Just be aware to be kind and be gentle with that coming through. Next card, look at the bigger picture. Step back. Take a minute to breathe before you take action or say anything that you might regret. And nothing is set in stone. Things are shifting and changing always, and you can make adjustments. You can pivot. And a win-win outcome is forecast. So that means that things are looking up, things are going to be good, everybody's going to get what they need, out of this situation, whatever's happening this week for you. Yay. And if you are struggling this week, please do reach out if you need a meditation to de-stress. I have meditations on my podcast. You can look at the podcast on anchor.fm, Pip Coleman, or you can go to my website and you can click on the link from there. On the website, I also have 5-minute meditations to help you to relax and chill out. There's longer ones on the podcast if you want like a 30 or 40-minute meditation. If you're looking for coaching, if you need some assistance, if you need some support, if you need help with pivoting, if you are in a space where you just feel like you need somebody to support you, to listen to what you are going through and to help you reframe, then please get in touch, because the Divine Alignment Coaching Program might be the thing for you. And you can read about that on my website as well, pipcoleman.com. I'd love to talk to you. Take care, everybody, and I will talk to you very soon. See you next week. Bye for now.